Magandang hapon sa ating lahat, mga kababayan, kaibigan, kapatid ko po dito sa Malaysia. Kumusta kayo po? Today is a Sunday. Galing na ba kayo sa simbahan? Nagsimba na ba kayo? For the Roman Catholic believers, sa mga Kristiyano po, may obligasyon tayo ngayon. Today, this is the second Sunday of Advent. And kailangan po, we also have to fulfill our religious obligation po. Sunday na Sunday. And malapit ng Pasko. Anyway, back dito na tayo po sa Niktok the Real Talk with Nico. Ito si Nico Fabian. Once again, would like to say magandang araw, magandang hapon, no? Sa ating lahat dito sa Malaysia, particularly ang mga Filipinos dito po sa Sabah. And very specific dito sa Kota Kinabalu dahil si Nico nandito po sa Kota Kinabalu. And of course, wag natin kalimutan ng mga kapatid, kaibigan at kababayan natin po sa iba-ibang parte ng mundo. Ang mga OFWs, Overseas Filipino Workers. Kumusta kayo lahat? Salamat pagi, salamat patang, and salamat malam to each and every one of you. Wag din natin kalimutan ang mga kapatid, kababayan at kaibigan natin po dyan sa Pilipinas. Kumusta kayo po? Wala na ba si Typhoon Wilma? No? Medyo nahirapan din tayo sa Typhoon Wilma. Okay? So today, medyo nag-late tayo po dahil mayroon tayong mga obligasyon sa reliyon natin. And this morning, I was a little bit busy moving around sa city proper namin dito po sa Kota Kinabalu to check kung kumusta ang Christmas spirit natin dito sa Sabah or dito sa Kota Kinabalu City. So far, I just want to inform you, no? Sa mga followers ko po na malapit na ang Pasko, is a matter of another 2 weeks and then we are going to celebrate Christmas. But based on my observation, when I went and checked ang mga different malls dito po sa Kota Kinabalu, medyo kulang ang spirit of Christmas namin dito sa Kota Kinabalu. Kulang po. In the sense that kulang sa mga Christmas decor. Although mayroon na mga malls natin, malaking malls, kagaya ang Imago, ang Surya, ang Wisma Merdeka, ang Center Point namin dito po, no? And other big malls dito, na mayroon na sila mga Christmas decor. No? Sa public area nila sa loob ng mall. But ang mga establishment natin po parang wala pa. Siguro it will be by next week wherein they are going to, mga businessmen natin po, mga operators dyan po sa mall, they are going to decorate their outlets with Christmas decor. For at least to bring out the spirit of Christmas. But the different NGOs, even the government, is now preparing for a grand Christmas celebration for the people of Sabah come December 25. That is an annual event po. In fact, dito sa Sabah, ang Christmas po, no, on the eve of Christmas, during the time of former Chief Minister Shafi Abdal, no, he made it a point and he declared that eve of Christmas and eve of New Year, as well as on Christmas Day and on New Year's Day po, public holiday, which the people of Sabah really appreciated. We really appreciated that. So, ganun pa rin ang dito po, ang Christmas spirit sa Sabah o sa Kota Kinabalu, hindi masyado hindi kagaya siguro sa Pilipinas, no? Sa Pilipinas, I notice even you are now experiencing different areas po, traffic jam po. I went and visit also mga grocery stores namin dito, no? Mga grocery stores namin dito po, mga malaking grocery store. Now, I would like to advise ang mga kababayan ko dito sa Kota Kinabalu, you do your whatever shopping or groceries that you want to do po for Christmas maaga dahil mahaba na ang pila when you go and pay, no? Sa kahera o sa cashier, when you go and pay po, mahaba na ang pila. So, mas mabuti pa yan po, no? Maaga tayo mag-grocery. Kanina, this morning, I went out together with my wife. We went and buy something for ang stock namin for another week. Kasi dalawa lang kami sa bahay. Now, I noticed na mahaba na ang pila. Dahil marami ng tao po buying ang mga items sa grocery. Siguro po in preparation na ito po para sa Christmas natin. Sa Christmas natin. I also noticed since first Mass celebration ng Advent, ang first Sunday po, dumadami na po ang mga tao attending ang misa or ang Eucharistic celebration natin po. Since last Sunday and today po Sunday, I noticed ang dami po. Ang dami din mga Filipinos. Masaya ako to notice na maraming mga Filipinos attending ang masses natin po. Ang masses dito sa Sabah o dito sa Kota Kinabalu, especially sa Kota Kinabalu po, we have ilan na masses. We have for Chinese at 7 o'clock in the morning. And then for English version, we have at 9 o'clock. And then at 11 o'clock, mayroon Malay. So, it means, busy the whole morning. In the afternoon din po, mayroon pa, 11 o'clock din po sa ibang simbahan po, Busy ang mga simbahan natin every Sunday. Sa hapon naman, mayroon naman 5 o'clock masses, masses every Sunday, every Sunday. And it is Malay siguro yon, And of course, we have Saturday masses din, Saturday masses every week yon po. So that's how we celebrate. There's no such thing as sabi nila ang Malaysia, ang Sabah po, Since this is a Muslim country, ang Malaysia po, they thought ang Sabah is not celebrating Christmas dito po. This is a multiracial, multi-religious country and well-respected po ang mga reliyon dito po sa Sabah. Even in terms of sabihin natin mga pagkain natin po, Some areas, especially doon po sa West Malaysia, you can notice po na there are some areas na they don't serve pork. But dito sa Sabah po, the real multiracial state wherein ang mga sabihin natin there are several food outlets dito po wherein you can sit down and eat pork in front of your friends who are different or embracing different religion po. Wala yung problema po. That is the beauty of a multiracial country po. Multiracial, religious country po. So wala tayong problema po. Wala tayong problema when it comes to religion. Respetado lahat. Okay. Ngayon, I'm going to touch about, since we are talking about Christmas, we are talking about religion, I'm going to touch ngayon about itong issue. If you notice, sa Pilipinas, if you notice, in the Philippines, we were made to understand and lumabas, it came out in different media outlets, legit media outlets, including newspapers, wherein the spokesperson of Malacanang, and I'm referring to Attorney or Undersecretary Claire Castro, she mentioned about the president, si Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. or BBM, is open to anybody to come and sit down with him, unite, and solve the problem of the Philippines for the betterment of the Philippines. For the betterment of the Philippines. Now, he is calling the Filipinos to come and see him. His doors is open widely for anybody to come and sit down with him, discuss with him on how to solve itong maraming problema natin sa Pilipinas. It's a very good idea. For me, magandang idea yun po. But, sabi nga ni Castro, parang what you were saying is that give a second chance to BBM. Give a second chance to BBM as a president of the Philippines. Paskwa, religyoso ang mga Filipinos. We are God-fearing. We are forgiving people po. Sa palagay ninyo, can we give a second chance to the president, BBM? For 6 years, he was elected to be the President of the Philippines. 3 years, many of us believe, hindi naman lahat, many of us believe, 3 years was wasted. Nothing happened to the Philippines for 3 years, 2022 hanggang 2025. Wala nangyari po. Ang dami mga problema. Tumaas ang presyo. Ang dami talaga, ang mga buhay ng mga Pilipino, mas lalo nagiging mahirap. Dahil kulang ang atensyon, ang management ni BBM. This is how, ako personally po, this is how I believe. Aywan ko lang sa inyo. Pero para sa akin po, 3 years wasted. Wasted po. And ngayon, si BBM, I'm glad, no? That he's doing something now po. The less than 3 years po, sa term niya po, now, he is doing something. Kaya nga, last July ba yun? During the SONA, sabi niya, mahiya naman kayo. Ito mga corrupt. It was only this year wherein maybe he realized na grabe ang corruption sa Pilipinas. But during the first day of his term, 2022, he kept numb. Silent lang siya po. And only to find out, ang problema nagiging grabe na po, then only start talking. And now is, sabi ni Claire Castro, this is how I understand, parang ang presidente natin po, ang gobyerno natin po is now asking the Filipinos to give them a second chance. Giving a second chance, wala yung problema po. Mga Filipinos, ganon yan po. We are forgiving, God-fearing people. We are loving people. Wala yung problema to give a second chance. Pero mayroon yun but. May condition yun po. Second chance. When we talk about second chance, I totally agree because I saw one blogger, ang blogging program ni General's Viewpoint, lumabas din sa social media. I totally agree ang mga ideas, ang mga statement he mentioned sa issue na ito ng second chance. I totally agree. Now, second chance. Hindi ba nagbigay na tayo ng second chance kay BBM, or sa Marcos family na in general? After what happened to Marcos Sr., ang kaso niya parehas din po. Why he was ousted, he was removed from being the president po, it is because of corruption. Because of grabe na nahirapan ang mga Filipinos po. Ang presyo, everything na po, grabe. Tapos freedom of the press, mahirap na po. And this is also is happening dito ngayon sa Pilipinas. Dyan sa Pilipinas po. Kaya nga mga Filipinos, we are angry sa corruption and other aspects. We give them a second chance. Bumalik ang Marcoses as President of the Philippines with the help of the Dutertes. Second chance na yun po. But what happened? The first 3 years, wala nangyari. He spoiled it. BBM spoiled it po. I'm sorry to say this. This is, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But the way how I look at it, sayang ang 3 years. Although now he's trying to, sabihin natin, to change. Sana lang po, totoo na itong change. So, second chance. Now, on the 3rd year of his term, after 3 years, he is, ang undersecretary niya po, ang spokesperson ng Malacanang po, si Claire Castro, is now saying to the Filipinos, let's unite. Give Marcos a chance again. This is the 3rd time na, kung ganon. Third chance na ito po. Siguro walang problema. Para sa akin, walang problema to give him third chance. After all, he was elected by the Filipinos po. I voted for him. To be frank with you, I voted for Marcos, Junior Marcos, during the 2022 election. Because I was convinced with him there and Sara Duterte there, ang promises ni Marcos po, he will continue the whatever projects, uncompleted projects of Tatay Digong po, he will continue it po for the betterment of the Philippines, for the betterment of the Filipinos. Kaya nga sabi ko, maganda ito, continuity, maganda ito po. Para walang problema, Marcos and Duterte, let's put them doon po sa posisyon, and I'm looking forward for a better Filipino, a better Philippines. But unfortunately, it did not happen. Ang unity po, nawala. Nawala because the other person, ang Vice President po, she was not happy with how during the first 3 years, si Presidente BBM is running the show. And he cannot swallow it. He cannot swallow it. She cannot just keep quiet and then bahala na, wait until the president will step down. Hindi yon ang ugali ni VP Sara Duterte. So, yun po. That what happened. Giving a chance, the Filipinos voted for him. Millions of Filipinos voted for Bongbong Marcos. So, para sa akin, magtiis tayo na lang siguro. Pero depende pa yun. May pero pa yun sa tiis, no? Maybe, as a Filipino, kayang-kaya pa natin yan po. Less than 3 years na yan po. Kaya pa natin yan po. No? But may pero yon, but. Malaking but yon po. Pwede kami magtiis if we will see na ang presidente natin po is really serious in changing. Yon, pwede pa yun po. Pwede pa yun. Siguro we can look at him itong 2020, first 6 months of 2026. No? Tingnan natin. Ngayon, December na, merry-making month, Thanksgiving month, love-giving month na po. Siguro pwede na, maano pa tayo po. Siguro hanggang June, we will observe kung may nangyari ba ang mga promesas niya po. Siguro kung wala po, then that's the time. Sobra na. Tama na. That's how I look at it. Para sa akin po. Para sa akin. Yun, pero isang dyan. Pero, but. Okay. What BBM should do for us to give him a third chance na. Huwag na tayo sabihin second chance. Third chance na po. First thing first, he makes sure that all his promises, ang mga promises niya must turn into action. Kagaya, ibalik ang 60 billion pesos ng PhilHealth. Kagaya, ikulong ang mga magnanakaw. People involved sa flood control projects. Maski sino? Si Martin Romualdez ba? Saldico? Or siguro maskin even, kung may malaking ebidensya na talaga po, even ang First Lady po, tingnan natin po, if he's serious, to implement changes sa bayan natin po. No? Yan ang kailangan po. As soon as possible. Itong ICI, wala ito mangyari po. He created it. Asan na po? He keep on saying, yeah, may pondo kayo. Pero lumabas din ang katotohanan. Sabi ni former commissioner ng ICI, si Babe Singson, yes, nasaan na yun for 41 billion pesos allocation for the operation of the ICI. Wala din po. No? Ang mga pera, they advance. It was not refunded sa kanila. No? Yun ang issue ngayon. Bakit nag-resign si Babe Singson? Same thing din yan po. Sinabi ni former member ng commission, si Baguio Mayor Benjamin Magalong. Parehas din yan po. Yun ang problema. Yon, isa. Now, the other one is, okay, itong droga, alleged, use of illegal drugs by our president. Para tapusin na, go for test, hair follicle test. Kung talaga, he is serious, no? Although he is not obliged, under the Constitution, he is not obliged. But when it comes to health, mayroon din yan po sa Constitution. You have to tell to the public na how is your health? Okay ka ba? To be the leader of the country, physically and mentally, you have to report to the public. But yung question of going for hair follicle tests, depende din yan po sa kanya. Now, konsensya na lang. Sigaw ng mga tao, ito. For you to convince us to get back our confidence sa gobyerno mo po, what we want is this one. You go for the test. Yun ang isa po. When we talk about, siguro, stubbornness, you see, ang super ate niya po, si Senator Amy Marcos, siya mismo po, in front of the thousands and a million of Filipinos po, nationwide, she mentioned that ang kapatid niya po, this is coming from the senator, that this is the problem of his younger brother. Ang droga po. Ang droga. So, malaking question mark na yun po. Kaya nga, show to us, si BBM is really, really serious. Mayroon pa panahon. Para sa akin, I can still give the third chance. Sino ba ako? Not to say, not to give a chance to kapwang tao po. Ang Panginoon lang po will make that decision, hindi ako. Kasi tao din ako po. Tao din ako. I also make mistakes. Pero, dapat lang po, he has to be serious on these issues po na grace ang mga tao po. Mga tao. So, yun ang ano natin ngayon. Ang issue na. Giving third chance for me is okay. Kayo po, what do you think? Ang mga pera ng nakaw sa atin po, left and right po, is he willing to, itong mga secretaries niya po, file cases against them? Palagi lang magsabi, we are trying to, mahirap pa yun po ang ebidensya. Dapat tied ang ebidensya natin, very strong ang ebidensya natin para pagdating sa korte po, it will not be dropped for technical reasons. Hanggang kailan tayo po maghintay? Hanggang kailan? You have to do it fast because every delay will mean suffering sa mga Filipinos po. Mga mahirap, especially mga mahirap kagaya namin po. We pay our taxes diligently, religiously. Pero sana nagpunta ang pera namin sa mga tao na hindi dapat makuha yung pera namin. Dapat yon sa mga proyekto po. But what happens sa mga proyekto po? Walang proyekto. Ang pera ng bayan nasa bulsa nila po. Malaking problema ito po. The president should really do something immediately po. So, the question is, can we give him a chance? Para sa akin, tao lang din ako po. I think I will give him a chance. Pero may mga conditions. Just what I said, itong mga condition po. And may time frame na po. May time frame na. I don't care kung sino, who will be the next president. No? Pagdating sa next president po, I will leave it to the Constitution. I will leave it to the Constitution. I'm not advocating, I'm not campaigning that the vice president will be the next president po. That's why I'm not even saying Marcos resign. Hindi po. Marcos resign, I will not say that. Because he was voted by millions of Filipinos. Dapat I have to respect ang mga voters. But should anything happens, we have to follow the Constitution. Sa Constitution lang tayo, wala nang iba. Wala nang iba. Sa Constitution lang tayo. Succession, follow the Constitution, whether we like it or not. Follow the Constitution. Follow our law of the land. You committed a crime, plunder, kung pwede lang nga, fighting squad na eh. No? Whoever you are, be it a president, siguro ang president hindi pa kasi immune pa siya, no? Ang first lady, for example, hindi man yun immune, right? Ang mga senador, ang mga congressmen, involved yan po. Make sure po. And then stop doing these things. Yung mga maliit-maliit na bagay po, you put them in jail or you punish them. Suspend them. Be fair naman po. Focus muna tayo sa problema, yung malaking problema that will help convince ang mga Filipinos to gain back ang confidence namin sa inyo. So, yun lang po siguro. Sunday na Sunday ngayon. Medyo relax lang tayo. Again, I would like to ask, kayo po, pwede pa ba tayo magbigay ng third chance kay BBM? Tao lang tayo. Kristiyano tayo. Man? But if you decide to give third chance po, dapat may condition na tayo sa kanya. Mag-taste na lang tayo. Siguro hanggang last day of BBM. Kung pwede pa po. Let us prolong our patience po. Prolong. Pero while we are prolonging our patience po, dahil sa reliyon natin, dahil sa tradisyon ng mga Filipino, peace-loving, forgiving, caring Filipinos po, pero may limitasyon yon po. Let us not wait for that day, time, wherein ang mga Filipinos will burst once again. Just like what happened in 1986. So siguro hanggang dito na lang ang programa muna natin dito sa Nick Talk, The Real Talk with Nico. Kayo nang bahala po. Does he deserve a third chance? I'll leave it to you. Once again, I would like to say thank you very much for making me a part of your day today. Sana lang po, huwag kayong magalit po. This is my personal opinion. And I will also respect your opinion po. And let us all unite for the betterment of our nation. For the betterment of all Filipinos. For our family and loved ones po. And ingat tayong lahat. Especially mga overseas Filipino workers. So with this, again, I would like to say, Malaysia, Sabah, the Philippines, God bless us all. Take good care. And I'll see you in my next episode. Bye. I love you.